Hello, this is Hans Hobbies, and this is a first impressions video of the Tamiya GF01 Toyota Land Cruiser. As you can see, I've finished building it. I literally finished building it last night, or at least this morning. I finished the body last night, and then I finished putting the electronics in this morning. And you can see I've painted it all with Tamiya paint. This is metallic blue with the white roof and the white grill. Normally this grill is a sticker, but I decided to paint mine because stickers don't really like rounded surfaces like that. I'll just give you a quick look around the truck. There's a lot of beautiful detail. This is a really gorgeous body, actually. It's kind of stumpy on this chassis, and it looks more comical with the driver in there. But I think for the most part, the proportions of it aren't that bad for being 1/12 scale. And I love this little four-wheel drive logo and with the heart and everything. That's really cute. I think that's a nice logo. You got your GF01 logo there with all the gears. There's always the joke that it's the Gear Fetish 01 chassis because of how the drivetrain is set up. I got my servo in there. I'm just running a nickel metal battery, just like a Hobby Wing 1040 brushed DSC, and a off-brand like Spectrum receiver. I painted up my Wild Willie to kind of match the metallic blue of the car, even though it's not the same metallic blue. Some of the paint's kind of rubbed off somehow, so I've got to touch that up. But besides that, I'll go more into detail and everything when I do the full review for this. But for right now, it's just first impressions. The steering setup is kind of funny because it's at this weird angle on the side, and uses this like proprietary strange like servo setup. The servo horn itself is stop moving. The servo horn itself is pretty standard, but like the part that attaches to the actual chassis, it's like a three-armed little like strange looking thing. If it'll focus. Yeah, you can see how it's kind of like has that weird setup there. So that was pretty interesting. But the steering wheel does work pretty well, and because it's open diff and such a short wheelbase, it basically turns on a dime. The front wheels can turn slightly sharper, but because these are just regular dog bones in here, they do start like clacking and binding if you go too far. So this is pretty much the maximum it can go without it clacking. But even so, it's pretty good amount of steering. And it's not like you're gonna want to turn that sharply at speed anyway, because it's gonna flip over. This is completely stock except for ball bearings, because the friction bearings are garbage. But they do work if you have nothing else. So you see how you still have the pogo springs, though on this car it doesn't seem like it's that bouncy, which is surprising. And then we got the wheelie bar back there and everything. Stock tires. Just I've been driving out here for a little bit, so the tires are broken in, I think. So it'll give me a good idea of how this thing's gonna go. It does seem to wheelie a lot better than the WR02. It maintains the wheelies a lot more. And speaking of wheelies, because it's four-wheel drive, it does wheelie backwards as well. So if you kind of does like a stoppy And the biggest problem with this car, as at least if you're interested in the body, is if you brake really hard, it does do a front flip and scratch your hood. But granted, it doesn't seem like the body gets too badly scratched, so I'm not too upset about that, and it makes it also kind of fun to drive. Alright, I'll stop talking and just drive for a sec. All right, we're gonna do a quick speed run. I'm about 5'10", and the camera's right where my head is, just to give you a vantage point, like a reference point of how this looks. So that's full throttle there. So it is definitely slower than the WR02. I suspect it's because of the drivetrain loss from the four-wheel drive system, especially that weird gear train system. So it is pretty slow, but I think the overall driving characteristics make up for that. And you can always put in a faster motor if you want. It's just a standard 540 size motor. So I'm gonna do another quick little wheelie here. A little hop, and that's a wrap on this one. So thanks for watching. I'll post up a full review of this, hopefully not too long from this video, but yeah, subscribe if you like all this content that I make. Comment, give me your thoughts. Like, unlike, whatever you want. And then if you really want, I think there's a notification bell you could press if you really are interested in getting my videos as fast as possible. But yeah, I love playing with these things, and I hope you enjoyed watching them.